Okay, last hour here this Thursday afternoon. You're with us here on Closing Bell. We are coming to you from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Prashant, Reema and Surabhi here, and Nigel joining us from the newsroom floor. Guys, hi, good afternoon. Things are quiet, and actually they were quieter maybe 15 minutes back. They're not so quiet. We're down 40 points, which basically means that we are back at levels where the market was at 10 in the morning. After the actually 50 now, and coming down sharp. 10 minutes back, we were absolutely flat. So this is a pretty swift slide we've seen come through. So all of the gains and expectations to gains all kind of started fizzling out. Intraday 17,200 also got taken out. Which means just above 17,200 was the day's high. And now we're a full 100 points off that level. Asia was up. Mostly most Asian markets were higher. Europe is mostly lower. So, as the day has progressed, sentiment has kind of worsened a little bit. Global markets still very much the center focus. The Fed is behind. It's the day after, but I think the clarity on what happens to deposit backstop, I think comments from regulators or top officials in the US, I think that should do the trick. At least that's the reason why the market sold off in the last hour out in the US, and that has been the worry out there as well. So not looking all that great. 17,100, as I said. It's a 4.5, 5 hour low if you're looking at very, very intraday kind of moves. Reema, hi.
Hi, quite disappointing, right? The intraday high today on the Nifty was 17,205. So very close to yesterday's intraday high of 17,207. So we almost got there, but from there has been a very sharp reversal, particularly pull up the Nifty Bank, which is down 200 points. The Nifty Bank from the day's high has slipped more than about 300 points, now 370 points. And look at that waterfall decline that we've seen in the Nifty Bank. Individual constituents over there, Kotak Mahindra Bank, State Bank of India, these are stocks which are selling off very rapidly. Apart from that, Bajaj Auto, Reliance Industries, weak in trade. IT is taking a knock once again. The Nifty IT index approaching a 1% cut, with HCL Tech down 1 1/3 and Wipro 2 roughing it out with a cut of 1 1/4%. So 17,100, right, on the Nifty?
Absolutely. It is the banks that are playing spoil sport. It's also, the weekly expiry. So let's see how some of these events play out. We were expecting some volatility, and I think we're getting that action around about now. Just want to point out some more names on the banking side. Let's pull up the intraday charts for, let's say, an Indices Bank, Axis Bank. These are still positive. That's the contribution. You're seeing far more stocks on the negative side than the positive side right now. And even the ones that are positive, like Indices and Axis, very sharp deceleration in stock prices, which is underway as we speak. So banks are a problem for the market. There's some selling that's evident in HUL, in ITC. Some of these FMCG big names still positive, but the selling is now something that you can't ignore. And that Nifty Bank chart obviously is where the action really is. On the counterweight on the other side has really been select auto. So Maruti is still, for instance, tracking a 1% gain. There's some buying in Bharti, which is still intact, about 0.5%. But it is getting a little tricky, to say the least. So Nigel, I guess a lot of action. And it's once again the banks that are doing the talking.
Well, that's right. Earlier this morning we said if you go to 17,050 and you protect that level, you could see a bit of a bounce. I think that played out, right? Because we were up close to around 120, 130 points from that 1750 odd mark. So you got the broad range today. Both the goalpost. One is at 17,050, which is the low of the day, close to around 17,045. And the high of the day was around 17,205. So 17,200 becomes very, very important. Given that we have weekly expiry that is going to play out, I want to pull up two strikes. One is the 17,200 call. Now, the positioning is such that we don't revisit the highs of today. If by some way we go to that level, then you would expect a big short covering bounce. But for now, it appears that the premium has come down to zilch and this big open interest built up. So 17,210, we are unlikely to go there going by the data points. But on the downside, actually, we had a very crucial mark. And the Nifty is down close to 40, 50 points, as you all were saying. But the 17,100 put, you have the Nifty that's moved a little below the 17,100 odd mark, but the premium hasn't gone up. There is some writing that we're seeing out there because we're nearing expiry in the next 55 minutes. This contract will expire. So keep an eye out on the 17,075 odd mark. That's around 25 points below 17,100. Need to hold that level. If you break that, then you could see a further slide. So just watch out on that mark. 17,075 is crucial on the downside, and the bulls will be hoping that that holds out for the next 55 minutes on. Back to you guys.
Okay, let's tell our viewers then what we've lined up on closing bell today. In the next 1 hour, we put the